Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Andy channel. It has been a minute. I moved recently, but now I'm back. My studio set up again. So, in today's video, we're going to do a crypto market update because things are getting crazy. Things are getting wild. The markets broke key support levels to the downside. So, what's happening? No, some people said that Bitcoin doesn't do dumps like this cycle, but look at yeah, it does. It does do that. Um, a lot of people are saying it was consolidating, like the guy from Rec Capital. So I want to share this chart with you. Let me share my screen here. All right, let's do this. Um, this is the price of Bitcoin right now. It's the 10 p.m. May 5/1. It's May Day, appropriate May Day. Uh, right now, it's at $57,452. So it dropped in the last couple of days. Let's get my measurement tool. Since April 24th, I'm just going to do from here all the way to its current. It's dropped 10%, right? 10% drop. And how far down is it going to go? Um, that's the question. We have an article here from Cointelegraph. I'm always reading their articles. Bitcoin's prolonged correction is driven by a sharp decrease in demand for nearly all investor cohorts. So there's not a lot of buying, right? So he's saying because there's not a lot of buyers, the sellers are winning. It plunged. Also today was the Fed meeting. I saw parts of the interview after the announcement, and they're not going to be cutting interest rates anytime soon, which is unsurprising given that inflation was high. And America will be the last. The Fed will be the last bank to do it because they're the quote unquote best bank. So they'll just be the last ones to do it. So Bitcoin price has dropped 5.4% over the last 24 hours, hitting a new multi-week low at 57,151 on May 1st. On-chain data shows that a slowdown in BTC price growth and increased open shorts position may be responsible for the latest crack drawdown. If you made a short, you made money. And it's possible the new lows will be in store for BTC. Crypto Quant attributes BTC's latest decline to a slowdown in demand characterized by decreased growth in Bitcoin balances among permanent holders. So people are selling it, slowing spot Bitcoin ETF demand, and an increase in short positions in the futures market. So as more people pile into shorts, the sentiment is echoed, and I guess they're switching from longs to shorts. Crypto Quant data shows the demand for the permanent holders, investors who only purchase Bitcoin and never sell, fell by 50% in April. So people who bought Bitcoin, investors and never sold, fell by 50%. So basically, people are getting shaken out of the market. Like maybe they bought at 74,000 and then now they're selling it at 57,000. A bunch of suckers. But that's understandable. That's like, or maybe they were in the money, and so why not sell it before it gets too low? That would make sense. Um, for some people, I personally didn't sell anything. I haven't even thought about selling anything for like until November. Then I would think about selling it because I think it's closer to the market top. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the charts and see what's going on. Oh, let me share my screen here. Okay. All right. So this is BTC. How far could it go? Right now, it's right here at 57. We just covered this, but let's go back and let's see the chart. October 2021, April 2021. If you look at it from this angle, there is like a major support. Going back 3 years, right? So this is a major support zone. Major. It's going to be tough to break, not impossible. So we're at a support zone already. It might bounce up a little bit. What is it? Retrace to the scene of the crime. Go back to 64,000 and then dive back down. What I'm expecting it to do, how low could it go? I think the next major area of support is here. I've highlighted that in the red, is at 52, 105. If it does do that, that's probably a good buy zone. This 52, 106, and it could wick down to 48. So if you could get it at 52, it would be a great buy zone. But look at how much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It has a lot of support. And even lower would be like 48,000. So kind of within like a wick down of my channel here. Oh, I see. That's why that doesn't work, because I keep stop sharing. That's funny. I don't want to press the hide button. Okay. Oh, what did I do? Let me share my screen. This time I'm going to do it right. Okay. Entire screen. Hide. Okay. So I think it could go as low as 52 easily. There's not a lot here, at least within the last, maybe 55 would be another point, but there's really not a lot keeping it up in the last couple of months since February, this bull run. I was listening to Rec Capital, and he basically was saying that Bitcoin can draw down 30% easy. And if it hits the lower end of the channel that I drew at $49,000, that would be 33% down. And from the top of the channel would be 29. So, pretty much right at 30%, give or take. And that would be a very normal drawdown for BTC during a bull run, right? Post halving. That really happens all the time, and there's no reason to think like that couldn't happen. Let's see here. What that was at, like 30%. Yep, that was 30% down right around January of March 2021. This is the bull run again. So 30% drawdowns, very common in BTC. There's not a reason why this cycle will be different. And I think if you haven't been in a bull run before, I remember it going down 50% when China banned all the miners. They went down 50%. That was like, I think it was right in this period, right around May of 2021. And the news happened like here, and then it took like a while for it to draw down. I remember that. And I thought, oh, the market's over, and then it wasn't. We're not in this situation, but those drawdowns are just, I've just seen a lot of them happen, and I'm not in any way, I drew down 50% when that happened, when the miners were banned from China. So those drawdowns are normal. This is all normal. This is maybe a time to start buying. A lot of people want Solana. They're trying to get Solana at like bargain prices. I have one at 110 because I was listening to the virtual baking channel. Ooh, what's going on here? That is being a little bit slow. All right, let's give this a minute to reload. So basically, you can get bargain deals on altcoins if the rule of thumb is if Bitcoin goes down 20%, altcoins go down double that. So if Bitcoin goes down 30%, altcoins go down 60%. That's a massive downturn. But if it went up 10x and then goes down 60%, it's still up a lot from the beginning of the year in January. So I was looking at Solana earlier, and it was like at $25, and it came up again. Now it's at 130. 110 is the sweet spot, but as I look at it, maybe like 120 is a 125. That's what I was looking at earlier. I guess it was yesterday. it's a good time to buy altcoins. A good time to buy the Solana is like a surefire one that'll probably have another 5x or 7x at this price at 130 at the from now to peak. So I'm not discouraged. I don't think anybody should be worried if you've been doing this. If you've been in at least one bull run prior to now, this same thing is going to happen probably like 2 or 3 more times, maybe more. So there's nothing to worry about. You should, look into buying the ones that you've been researching. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. I have a lot of other ones coming out. I have a video coming out on AI coins, on Say, which is a competitor to Solana, which is faster than Solana, Say. And I have another video coming out. Oh my God, it's escaping me right now. But it's another AI coin. It's on the Database Explorer Arkham. So I have a video coming out on Say and a video coming out on Arkham. I like Say because Say is at like 50 cents and they have a really big upgrade coming and like towards the end of the year, which is a lot of people are predicting this is an accelerated cycle. So the end of the year would be a time where it might be the topping might happen at the end of the year. It could be prolonged. It could be into May of next year for all we know, because it's 12 to 18 months from the halving. But if this is an accelerated cycle, then it could happen a lot faster than that. It could be 8 months instead of 12 months or 16 months, right? So there's just no telling. There's no telling what will happen, but most likely it'll be shorter, not longer. And you should think about when you're going to sell. What I learned from the last bull cycle personally is that you're better off, even if you're like you miss the last, I don't know, 2x or 4x, but if you capture 10x, right, then it doesn't matter, because what happens is at the end of the cycle is people will be drawn back in, like what happened here. People will be drawn back in when this happens, when it's up again. Let me hide this. People, they'll be drawn back in. They'll buy really high, thinking it'll make another top instead of a double top, and they just won't sell. So if you miss this top but you sell here, and you miss like 15,000 to the upside, could be a 2x on an altcoin. You're better off selling here and just not buying anything, because you understand that it's going to drop. It's going to drop. It's going to have a 70% correction. If you sold here and then just didn't buy again, it's going to have a 60% drop, which means altcoins are going to go down double that. They're going to go down 80%, 90% or something. So it's better to sell earlier when it's really high and then be out. That's better than just keeping on playing the market. And we still got time for the top. So there's still time, but there's less time than there was. And just keep this in mind. This is something for myself. Just make sure that at some point you sell everything and just keep your money and just be happy with that. Don't get overly greedy. The markets are crazy. They're going to continue to be crazy. On the way up, it had, let's just look at this. Okay, in September 20, it dropped 20%. Okay, this is another drop here. Let's see. It dropped 13%. Okay, this is towards the top, right? It dropped 30%. So towards the top, it dropped 30%, right? So maybe we're closer. Or let's look at back here. Okay. It dropped 58%. This was the bottom. So 10%, 12%, 30%, and then towards the top again. See, 24% in February 27th. Okay, see from here to here, 20%. So it dropped like 15%, a lot. It dropped 20%, half as much. It dropped 50% once. So it's going to keep having those whipsaws over and over. It's going to keep whipsawing. It's not going to stop. And you have to be cool headed about it. And you'll make money in the end if you sell everything at some point. Right? If you had sold here and just not done anything the rest of the year, you know, you would have been just as good, just as good as anybody else you would have been, you know? So just keep that in mind. Think of the end game every time you buy something. It's definitely the end game time to think, because we're in the warning. If early in the year, this was early, it was in the beginning of this year was early, right? The best time would have been when December 2022 would have been a good time. But still, the market was just January 2023. Okay, then they just pumped. The best time to buy it was like a year ago. Man, time has just flown by. It was the beginning of this year, and I remember it being not that far from December, but now we're like in almost half of the year. Time has flown freaking by. Would have been at the beginning of last year, but the markets just keep on plowing ahead. It's going to keep whipsawing, and you just need to be cool headed. Everything is down. Ethereum is down majorly. See from the top, Ethereum, let's just do on that wick, it's down 37%, but it's down like 30%. And these other altcoins are down way more. This is normal. This is cryptocurrency whipsawing. We're still in a bull run, I believe. I don't think it's time to get out. I don't think you should sell if you're at a loss, unless you think you have a better position you could take. But this is no time to get out, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. It's just me personally. I haven't sold anything. I mean, I'm quite comfortable with the situation because I know that it'll just go back up again to a new all-time high that no one knows what it'll be. But I think for sure the markets they're not done. The market isn't done. It would take like something catastrophic for the markets to be done at this point in time, and that hasn't happened. So keep a cool head and keep investing. Thank you for watching the channel. If you made it to the end, please like and subscribe the video.